torchlight on, like a fool for a ghost. In the house where we used to be more than just smoke. Now the hallway is longer, the kitchen is cold. Just a collection of stories we never got told. I'm tracing the outlines of where you once laid, counting the prices for mistakes that I made. The air is getting thin in every room. I'm breathing in the shadows, exhaling the gloom. I try to call your name, but the sound just dies against the heavy ceiling of these midnight skies. Now it's just hollow echoes bouncing off the glass of a life I was certain was built to last. I'm screaming at the silence, but it never speaks back. Just the sound of my heart falling through the cracks. Every I love you is a ghost in the hall, hollow echoes. That's all. Your keys on the counter, a layer of dust, a silver-plated promise that turned into rust. I'm walking on eggshells and shattered belief. There's no room for air when you're buried in grief. I saw your reflection, then realized it's mine. Just a man getting lost in a straight, lonely line. Now it's just hollow echoes bouncing off the glass of a life I certain was built to last. I'm screaming at the silence, but it never speaks back. Just the sound of my heart falling through the cracks. Every I love you is a ghost in the hall, hollow echoes. That's all. I'm turning the dial, but the signal is gone. Just a frequency humming from dusk until dawn. You used to be music, a clear, steady note. Now I'm choking on words that I never quite wrote. The bed is a desert, the pillows are stone, and I'm learning the frequency of being alone. I reach for the space where your hand used to be, but the air is just biting and hollow for me. The silence is loud, it's a deafening roar, like waves hitting rocks on a gray frozen shore. Now there's just nowhere to go. The neighbors are laughing through paper-thin walls, while I'm watching the shadows stretch out in the halls. I tried to retune it to find your sweet voice, but the distance we created didn't leave me a choice. Now the rhythm is jagged, the melody's torn, just a ghost of a feeling battered and worn. There's just static in my chest, a white noise, heartbeat that won't let me rest. Every memory's sleeping, losing light, like a television left on in the middle of the night. I'm searching for us through the salt and the smell, but it's all just static, nowhere to go. The coffee is cold and the sunlight is cruel. I'm sitting here playing the part of the fool. I watch the front door like it's gonna swing wide, but the only thing moving is the shadow inside. I still see your coat hanging up on the hook, like a chapter I can't seem to close in this book. I'm reaching for something that isn't there, just catching my fingers in thin empty air. The scent of your perfume is starting to fade, like a debt to the universe I never paid. Now I'm living with the ghost of a goodbye, a whisper of sorry under a charcoal sky. You left without leaving. You stayed, but you're gone. A haunting that starts at the break of the dawn. I'm chasing a silhouette, a trick of the eye, just me and the ghost of a goodbye. I went to our spot, the one by the lake, and I felt the ground tremble and finally break. I heard you laugh in the rustle of leaves, but it's just the wind playing tricks on the thieves who stole all the always and forevers we swore, and left me here pacing the hardwood floor. Now I'm ebbing with The clock on the wall is a hammer and nail, driving the seconds through a heart that is frail. I've memorized every shadow and line in this map of the plaster, this prison of mine. The pillow is heavy with things I didn't say, and the moon is just mocking the light of the day. I'm reaching for your hand in the dark of the sheets, but I only find coldness and hollow retreats. The radiator hums like a low, lonely choir, singing to the ashes of a burnt out fire. And I'm staring at the midnight ceiling again, tracing the ghosts of what might have been. A canvas of white for the tears in my eyes, watching the stars fall from bedroom skies. I'm wide awake, but I'm losing the fight under the weight of the midnight ceiling tonight. I try to close my eyes, but the movie starts playing. The stay with me whispers that I should have been praying. Now the silence is screaming your name at the walls, and I'm waiting for footsteps in the empty halls. But the drywall is indifferent, the pain is just gray, and your miles and heartbreaks and lifetimes away. And I'm staring at the midnight ceiling again, tracing the ghosts of what might have been. A canvas of white for the tears in my eyes, watching the stars fall from bedroom skies. I'm wide awake, but I'm losing the fight under the weight of the midnight ceiling tonight. I saw a flash of your coat in the rush of the street, and for a second my heart skipped a jagged old beat. I started to run through the rain and the crowd, screaming your name, but it wasn't out loud. Just a trick of the light on a stranger's face. Another reminder I can't quit this chase. The sun goes down and the outlines go on. Everything's quiet, everything's wrong. I'm reaching for fingers that melt into air, looking for someone just fold inward and swallow the light. And I'm chasing shadows in the pale moonlight, trying to catch what took wing in the night. You're a shape in the doorway, a blur in the hall, the ghost of a lover who won't even call. I'm running in circles, I'm losing my mind, just chasing shadows you left far behind. I found the journal tucked under the bed, filled with the promises both of us said. But the spine is all broken, the leather is worn, and the best parts of us have been violently torn. I'm holding the scraps of a June afternoon while the sun sets too early, way too soon. My fingers are shaking, I'm searching for ink, for a reason to stay or a reason to think that the story isn't over, that the ink hasn't dried. But I'm staring at gaps where our forever died, and I'm left with ripped pages of a life we designed, leaving the sweetest of chapters behind. I'm reading the edges, the jagged white of a love that went missing in the middle of the night. I'm trying to take back the you and the me, but ripped pages are all I can see. There's a hole in the middle where we bought the house. Now the silence is louder than a church or a mouse. I can see where you gripped it, I see where it tore when you gathered your things and you walked out the door. The ink is all smeared from a tear sitting on the floor of an empty room with a cardboard box and a sense of doom. I found a stack of us hidden in a drawer from a summer when we didn't know what was in store. But the edges are curling, the colors are light, like our memories are giving up the fight. I'm shaking the frames, trying to make you appear, but you're getting harder to see every year. The smiles are turning into ghosts of a grin as the chemicals fail and the paper wears thin. Now I'm holding on to fading Polaroids in my hand, watching our kingdom turn back into sand. The blue of your eyes is washing to gray, like you're slowly, surely drifting away. Eyes in the image, I'm losing the view of the girl that I loved and the man that I knew. There's the one of us laughing at the pier in the rain. Now looking at it feels like a physical pain. Your face is a blur where the light leaked in, a chemical burn on the surface of skin. I try to remember the way that you smell, but the more that I look, the more it's dispelled. Now I'm holding on to fading Polaroids in my hand, watching our kingdom turn back into sand. The blue of your eyes is washing to gray, like you're slowly, surely drifting away. I'm losing the image, I'm losing the view of the girl that I loved and the man that I knew. I found your letter in the pocket of my coat. The ink is running on the words you wrote. I try to read the part where you said you'd stay, but the paper's wrinkled and the blues turn gray. It's funny how a heart can just spring a leak and wash away the promises we used to speak. I'm leaning my head against the cold shower wall, watching the droplets and the memories fall. There's a stinging in my eyes I can't quite explain as the steam starts to rise and I'm calling your name. And I'm left with the saltwater stains on the sleeve of the shirt that you wore when you decided to leave. They're dried up and crusty like a map of the pain, a permanent scar from a temporary rain. I'm scrubbing the floors, but the kitchen remains covered in shadows and saltwater stains. The pillowcase is marked with the shape of my face, a salty reminder of this lonely space. but the bitterness follows me out to the streets. Every tear that I drop is a tiny blue sea, drowning the version of who I used to be. And I'm left with the saltwater stains on the sleeve of the shirt that you wore when you decided to leave. They're drawn up and crusty like a map of the pain, a permanent scar from a temporary rain. I'm scrubbing the floors, but the kitchen remains covered in shadows and saltwater stains. My thumb is hovering over the glass, watching the hours and the heartaches pass. I type out I miss you, then I hit delete. The cursor is blinking to a bitter beat. I've got a folder full of things I should say, but I'm terrified of pushing you further away. The screen is too bright in the dark of the room, a digital garden that'll never quite bloom. I'm writing to someone who's already gone, while the blue light keeps me up until dawn. And I'm buried in unsent drafts tonight, letters to you that'll never see light, paragraphs of sorry and please come home, floating in the static of this telephone. I'm screaming in silence, I'm losing the craft of living a life outside of an unsent draft. There's one from October and 3 from July, asking you where and asking you why. I polish the sentences, I fix every line, as if the right grammar could make you still mine. But words are just ghosts if they don't leave the phone, just echoes of us when I'm sitting alone. And I'm buried in unsent drafts tonight, letters to you that'll never see light, beside the cold keys and the dim kitchen light. A dark, bitter circle on the table we bought. Now it's just a graveyard for every thought. I take a small sip, but the sweetness is gone. Just like the warmth of a life we lived on. I'm staring at the steam that isn't there, talking to a ghost in an empty chair. The beans have gone sour, the fire's gone out, and I'm drowning in everything I didn't shout. Now it's just cold coffee and regret. The morning I'm trying so hard to forget. The taste of I'm sorry is heavy and black, like a train on a bridge with a hole in the track. I'm sitting in silence, I'm soaked to the bone, with cold coffee and regret. And I'm all alone. I remember the steam and the way that you'd laugh. Now the house is a map of a broken up half. I'm rehating the memories, but they won't stay hot. I'm mourning the versions of us that we're not. One sugar, 2 spoons, and a heart in the sink. It's funny how much a person can think. Now it's just cold coffee and regret. The morning I'm trying so hard to forget. The taste of I'm sorry is heavy and black, like a train on a bridge with a hole in the track. I'm sitting in silence, I'm soaked to the bone, with cold coffee and regret. And I'm all alone. I'm digging through the garden of the things we said before the winter came and struck the roses dead. I found a forever buried under the leaves, but it's thin as a ghost and it's shaking its leaves. There's no meat on the bone of this, stay with me please. Just a rattling frame of who we used to be. The skin of our story has all peeled away in the biting wind of a gray, lonely day. I'm holding the structure, the ribs and the spine of a love that I swore was eternally mine. Now I'm left with these scars. Just the outlines on the carpet of the things that used to be there. I'm packing up the laughter and the way you spoke my name into boxes marked for somewhere else to hide away the shame. The walls are staring back at me, a shade of hollow white, and I'm learning how to breathe again in the middle of the night. My fingers want to reach out to grab a hold of you, but I'm teaching them to open like I know I have to do. It's a violent kind of quiet, it's a heavy kind of light, trying to convince my heavy heart that wrong can turn to right. Oh, they call it the art of letting go, but it's a masterpiece of misery that nobody should know. It's a canvas made of teardrops and a frame of broken bone, painting a picture of a life I'm living on my own. Every brush stroke is a memory, every color is a no. God, I'm failing at the art of letting go. I walked past the cafe where we spent our Sundays lost, looking at the window at the morning's early frost. I almost turned the handle, I almost stepped inside, but I'm practicing the distance and I'm swallowing my pride. It's the hardest kind of lesson, it's the longest road to walk, when the ghost of you is sitting there and starting up to talk. Oh, they call it the art of letting go, but it's a masterpiece of misery that nobody should know. It's a canvas made of teardrops and a frame of broken bone, painting a picture of a life I'm living on my own. Every brush stroke is a memory, every color is a no. God, I'm failing at the art of letting go. I opened up the windows just to let the winter in, but the oxygen is fighting with the ghost against my skin. The oxygen is hollow and the light is turning gray, like a thick and velvet curtain that won't ever pull away. I'm trying to take a breath, but it's tangled in my throat, like a stone inside a pocket of a waterlogged coat. The walls are leaning inward, the floor is sinking down, in this quiet little kingdom, in this silent little town. I'm gasping for a moment where I don't feel quite so small, but the gravity of goodbye a permanent perfume. It's thicker than the wood smoke. It's darker than the night. A physical reminder that we didn't end it right. Every time I think of you, the barometric drops and the world begins to spin until the very rhythm stops. And bleeding the heavy air you left behind, a suffocating memory that's messing with my mind. It's the weight of every promise, it's the pressure of the life of your fingers on my shoulder, or your hand upon my back. I'm drowning in the hallway, I'm gasping on the stair, underneath the mountain of this heavy air. I'm standing by the window, watching taillights bleed into a city that doesn't have the comfort that I need. The tea is getting bitter, the tea is on you, and I'm wearing the memory of you like a heavy laden suit. Somewhere out there, the world is moving fast, while I'm anchored to a moment that I thought was gonna last. A flicker of blue on the brink of the wall. I'm waiting for a rescue that'll never even call. The night is a predator, the dark is a cage, and I'm just a footnote on a tear-stained page. And I can hear the distant sirens wailing in the dark, searching for the fire, looking for the spark. But they're always headed somewhere else, never to my door. So pick up all the pieces of me scattered on the floor. It's a warning, it's a morning, it's a long and lonely cry, like the distant sirens under a bruised and oaken sky. Maybe there's an accident 3 blocks to the left, a physical disaster to match this quiet theft of my heart and my future and the way you used to smile. I trade all the silence for a siren for a mile, just to feel like the wreckage was worth a flashing light, instead of this invisible vanishing night. And I can hear the distant sirens wailing in the dark, searching for the fire, looking for the spark. But they're always headed somewhere else, never to my door. To pick up all the pieces of me scattered on the floor. It's a warning, It's a long and lonely cry, like the distant sirens under a bruised and broken sky. I'm pulling at the loose end of the sweater that you left, a rhythmic little penance for this slow and steady theft of every conversation and the way we used to touch. I didn't think a single thread could ever mean so much, but now the wool is thinning and the pattern's coming loose, and I'm tangled in the logic of a self-inflicted noose. We were a tapestry, we were a golden braid, but the friction of the maybe made the colors start to fade. I'm holding on to friction, I'm holding on to grit, watching every single fiber start to split, and I'm down to the frayed knots at the end of the rope, hanging by a filament of desperate dying hope. The more I try to tighten them, the more they fall apart, like the jagged little stitches in a bruised and broken heart. I'm slipping through the fingers of the life I used to know, with nothing but these frayed knots to show. The ties that bind are unraveling on the cold and dusty floor. I can't remember what it was we were even fighting for. Was it pride? Was it distance? Was it just a lack of breath? Now we're just two strangers bored to pieces and to death. I try to tie a square knot, I try to make it hold, but the string is getting brittle and the air is getting cold, and I'm down to the frayed knots at the end of the rope, hanging by a filament of desperate dying hope. The more I try that you said you liked the best. I'm smiling at the neighbors, I'm putting on the rest of a person who is functional, a person who is fine. I'm walking to the rhythm of a steady, straight edge line. But the mirror is a liar, and the light is getting thin. And I'm terrified of what is moving underneath my skin. The coffee's getting warmer, but my hands are turning blue. I'm practicing the I'm okay just to get away from you. But the ice is getting brittle, the cracks are starting deep. And I'm losing all the secrets that I promised I would keep. 'Cause beneath the surface, there's a heavy rising tide of everything I'm breaking, of everything I hide. I'm a calm and glassy ocean, I'm a clear and quiet lake. But if you look too closely, you'll see the silver wake of a heart that's underwater, of a soul that's gone to seed. Beneath the surface, there's the only part of me that's real indeed. Conversation's pleasant, we're talking about the rain while I'm drowning in the pressure of a prehistoric pain. I've built a little city on a fault line made of glass, watching all the happy ever afters start to pass. If I let the dam go, if I let the water spill, would you recognize the wreckage, or would you stay here still? 'Cause beneath the surface, there's a heavy rising tide of everything I'm breaking, of everything I hide. I'm a calm and glassy ocean, I'm a clear and quiet lake. But if you look too closely, you'll see the silver wake of a heart that's underwater, of a soul that's gone to seed. Beneath the surface is the only part of me that's real indeed. The refrigerator hums a low and lonely tune to a half-empty carton and the dirty silver spoon. I'm leaning on the counter where you used to lean on me, staring at the patterns in the tiles I shouldn't see. The toaster's cold and quiet, the kettle's lost its steam. Everything is stagnant in the wreckage of a dream. I remember when the air was thick with garlic and with wine, when your laughter was a melody that tangled up with mine. But the recipe is broken and the flavor's gone to gray, as the shadows of the cabinets chase the afternoon away. In these quiet kitchens, the silence is a roar, echoing the footsteps that don't walk across the floor. I'm cooking for a ghost I'm setting plates for one underneath the yellow light that's colder than the sun. It's the heart of the house, but the pulse is getting slow in these quiet kitchens where I let you go. A graveyard for the memories and the tricks of the light against the window, of the steam against the glass. I'm watching every minute and every heartbreak pass. I tried to make the coffee, but I poured it for two, a reflex of a lover who is still in love with you. In these quiet kitchens, the silence is a roar, echoing the footsteps that don't walk across the floor. I'm cooking for a ghost, I'm setting plates for one underneath the yellow light that's colder than the sun. It's the heart of the house, but the pulse is getting slow in these quiet kitchens where I let you go. I'm sitting in the spot where the sofa used to be, staring at the rectangle of dust you left for me. I found a photograph, the one from New Year's Eve. I held a match to the corner just to watch the colors leave. It didn't bring me peace, it didn't stop the ache, it just added to the mess I'm too tired now to make. The smoke is curling upward like a question in the air, looking for a version of us that isn't there. I'm breathing in the charcoal, I'm tasting the regret of a fire that I started and a sun that's already set. And now there's just ash on the carpet, gray and cold, the remains of a story that we never got to fold. I'm smearing the embers with the bottom of my shoe, trying to erase the very silhouette of you. It's a dirty little reminder of a love that didn't last. Just ash on the carpet and a ghost from the past. I try to sweep it up, but it stains the woven thread, like every bitter word and every lie we ever fed to a heart that was hungry, to a soul that was blind. Now I'm finding bits of us that I'm forced to leave behind. A cigarette in the tray, a burnt out match on the floor, a physical apology for walking out the door. just ash on the carpet, and a ghost from the past. Slow like the house is made of glass, watching the shadows and the heartbreaks pass. I try to reach for the ghost of your hand, but I'm sinking deep in the shifting sand. The wind is a blade and the hallway is wide, and there's nowhere left for a man to hide. I hear a snap when I try to stand tall, a little reminder of the weight of the fall. I'm held together by a prayer and a thread, in a room full of words that we never quite said. And I'm walking around with these brittle bones, built out of silence and dial tones. One little touch and I'll shatter into 1,000 pieces of a calcium heart. I'm fragile as winter, I'm thin as the ice, paying for loving you, that's the price. Just brittle bones and a soul in the cold. In the carton is well past its day, like the I love yous that showed up too late. I'm leaning my weight on the kitchen sink, trying to find the courage to even think, but the calcium's gone and the marrow is dry, and I'm too hollowed out to even cry. And I'm walking around with these brittle bones, built out of silence and dial tones. One little touch and I'll shatter apart into 1,000 pieces of a calcium heart. I'm fragile as winter, I'm thin as the ice, paying for loving you, that's the price. Just brittle bones and a soul in the cold. with pale blue scars that'll never quite show. The doctor says time is a needle and thread, but he hasn't seen the ghosts that live in my head. Every I love you left a mark on my wrist, a physical echo of the lips that I kiss. They don't bleed anymore, they just ache when it's cold. A young man's history that's already old, and I'm wearing these pale blue scars like a crown in a city that's trying to swallow me down. They're the color of ice, they're the color of veins, the only thing left of the hurricane rains. I'm a canvas of sorry, and why did you go? With pale blue scars that'll never quite show.